The Sports Lounge Media Show is brought to you by Cali Built Graphics. Welcome to the lounge.
Oh,
That
I'm
that
sorry.
intro always gets me.
Yeah, I mean, even when you're 45 minutes late, I mean, that intro still hits hard. But anyways, welcome to the Sports Lounge Media. I'm super excited to get with you guys today because it is Hump Day, and when it's Hump Day, it's the Sports Lounge Media. Super excited to get with you guys because we're going to be talking about the Wildcard Round, and then also the Divisional Rounds, and then what we think is going to happen. Along with some of the news that has been cracking off in the NFL. Before we do all of that, what's up, guys? How you guys doing today? How you guys feeling today?
I hate technical difficulties.
Any positivity over there in Texas, Sarai?
Oh yeah, loving Wednesday. Excited because I get to hang out with you guys and we get to talk football. So it's a win. It's a dub.
It's a W. Definitely a W. But anyways, let's jump right into it. Let's get
This
this
ain't
show going.
Chicago.
Huh?
This ain't Chicago.
Who's in Chicago?
The Flying W.
I like pizza in Chicago.
Y'all really, man, you all got to get outside of the world besides the NFL. So in Chicago, when they win something, the Chicago Cubs are notorious for flying a Flying W flag out in the field.
Oh, I did know that. It's an
I
NFL.
learn something new every day.
I didn't know that. I know you were referring to this.
I was confused.
That's not
She's
very
always
hard.
confused, though. She's always confused, guys. Well, let's jump right into the wild card rounds, guys. Well, it was a hell of a weekend. One of the things that was brought to my attention is a lot of these games were close, man. I think all of them were within one score outside of the Texans game, a couple scores maybe, score or two, something like that. It was tight. It was tight the whole entire game.
Patriots, Chargers.
Well, I mean, that was garbage time when they started to score. I think he only scored one touchdown. It was all field goals, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a garbage time touchdown. But anyways, what I'm stating is that they were all actually good games. Last year, it didn't look like this. There was a lot of blowouts and things like that, and it looked like the NFL tightened up. One of the things that was really surprising, too, this season is the unpredictability of the NFL. One of the, all of us can't really be sold on like none of these games. Like they literally could go either way. And I think that's what made TV a lot better and made ratings a lot better and made you watch attentively a little bit more, and made the game a little bit more exciting. Starting off on Saturday's games, you started off with the Rams beating the Panthers. The Panthers were in charge of that game. And then all of a sudden, the Rams came back, won that game 34-31. That was very interesting. You had the Packers that were up, I believe 21-3 at one period in time, and they ended up losing to the Bears. The Bears came back again. They seem like a comeback team. Like they just all season just been coming back. But they ended up winning 31-27. You had again the Eagle game. The Eagles were up, and then all of a sudden, the Niners came back and they won that game 23-19. And then you had the Bills, 27-24. These are all comeback games so far.
They
Except
said psych.
except next game, I think the Patriots commanded this. They won 16-3 against the Chargers, and the Patriots move on. And then Monday night game, such a good game defensively. I was so impressed with the Texans defense. But they won 30-6, and they won in garbage time as well. They scored a lot of points in late in the game, but they end up winning 30-6. A scoop and score. There's a lot in that defense, and it just showed that Aaron Rodgers is not that man anymore. The man that could extend plays. He's just not quick enough to get out of the pocket anymore. It just seemed like, you give him time in the pocket. Obviously, he's going to make some throws, but he just didn't look the same. But what game stood out to you guys? Let's just dive right into it and talk about this wild card weekend.
I'm like, let's not talk about the wild card weekend. I'm depressed.
I think I'm heartbroken too.
I'll talk about it. Real quick. I'll talk about. I mean, the elephant in the room, right? I think we won the Super Bowl by losing. A lot of us Eagle fans, I'm gonna say a lot of things that probably they don't like. One of the things is I felt that as if the Eagles were to carry on in the playoffs, it was going to be hard to get rid of Kevin Petula. Us losing in the first round was a gift from heaven because we celebrated. I mean, it took a little bit for them to get him out of there, out of the building. I don't know if he was holding the key hostage or what it was, but they ended up getting him out of there. But the other thing that really was brought to my attention is it didn't look good all season, right? And for Eagle fans, I think the reason why we held on to what we held on to as in hope of our season was because of the talent. It had nothing to do with the coaches. It had everything to do with the talent. Because of our offensive line, because of Saquon Barkley, because of the duo and Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown with Jalen Hurts behind center. Even you can add some of those other guys on defense, going to the last 6 games, becoming the number 1 defense. We held on to a lot of that hope. And we're like, we hope that this defense holds up, that the offense will score enough points to win the football game. Well, what happens when you run into a team that is equal to you, right? Or can score more? And those teams are coming up. And it just didn't seem like it was going to be the Niners, but thank God they put us out of the misery, and we ended up getting rid of Kevin Petula. So that was an exciting game, but it was an exciting game for a different purpose for me. Looking at it throughout the game, obviously, as an Eagle fan, I was upset that the fact that we lost, but I was also excited at the fact that we get to adjust and come back. And if history tells us anything, it tells us that it goes wild card loss, Super Bowl, wild card loss, Super Bowl, wild card loss. Next year we'll be back, probably in the Super Bowl.
And as we speak on delusionalism,
as history tells us, there's no delusion in that. That's facts.
Well, it might be facts, but that's the same concept as, Dallas was, 3 out of 4 years, and then all of a sudden they haven't won crap since. The Buffalo Bills went to 4 Super Bowls consecutively and have not made it back since. I mean, so those are facts.
Yeah, and the other fact is we're not those organizations either. So
Jalen said, we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, they're already purchasing their tickets for next year down in Los Angeles.
In him we trust.
I mean, how can you not? I mean, bet on the fact that, obviously we'll be in, we don't, 100% DP. We don't compare to that. But the fact of the matter is we do have a window. We do have these guys. The biggest questions is you know what? Before we get started on, I know we mentioned those games. I did want to mention something before that. The 2026 hiring cycle. So has been created a bunch of openings, but not every move was a straight firing. Different outlets count slightly differently. Here's a clear snapshot of the coaches who are out so far in the 2025-2026 NFL season. Head coaches in 2026 season. You got Arizona fired their coach, Jonathan Gannon. He got fired after a 3-14 season. You got Atlanta Falcons, Raheem Morris, who got fired after 2 seasons. His record was 16-18. Jim Harbaugh, big one, right? Jim Harbaugh was a big one after spending 18 seasons with the organization. Ended up getting fired. Cleveland Brown, Kevin Stefanski, fired after a 5-12 season, ending a 6-year run in Cleveland. That was way overdue, by the way. A one-hit wonder, 1 year and done, was a Pete Carroll and Las Vegas Raiders, who Mark had winning the division. They ended up being 3-14. You had Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, fired, pushing the total number of openings to 8. with the Miami made the move early. New York Giants, Brian Dable was fired November 10th, so it was in season after a blown lead, and they ended up 4-13. We also know that Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan was fired October 13th after a 1-5 start, and they're 4-19 overall. And recently, they parted ways with Mr. Playoff himself, I believe 18 or 19 seasons straight to the playoffs. Mike
Junkie, I am wise. I am so wise. I could spell the name right.
Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's gone. So and then it was official today that he said that he will at least spend 1 year resting because of a burnout. But we'll see. Something lucrative, something creative will be obviously on his plate. We'll see if he bites on that. Several other national outlet lists of head coaching opening in 2026 cycle. Jeremy Moose been counted. Harbaugh's parting ways in Baltimore in that vacancy, but there was other ones I believe that were mentioned. 1 second, guys. Very important to know is that so several other coaching opening in 26 with this cycle in the parting ways of the Baltimore coordinators firings. Cowboys DC Matt he got fired. You got Lions OC John Morton got fired. Bucks OC Josh Grizzlard got fired, and they're not part of a head coaching list, but it's happening this offseason. But if you want to know all of the new stuff that is coming out, and people getting hired, people speculating that John Harbaugh is going to be a Giant, nothing has been solidified yet. But we'll see what happens in this cycle. There's one thing that I do want to mention, and you guys can talk a little bit about this as well if you want, but this has been the biggest firing of some legendary coaches and some vacancies that are really enticing to the point where you kind of look at your own. Well, I look at my own team and it's like, yo, like I kind of want to, Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh or yes, sir. We're looking for OC. Yeah, two of the names that have popped up that are on top of the list is going to be Brian Dable because of the relationship that he has with Jalen Hurts, and also Mike McDaniel so far from an insider.
Hold on.
But
hold on. I want to give everyone a reminder real quick about Brian Dable. Okay, when he coached Jalen Hurts.
He got benched, we know.
Just remind everyone.
That's why I said relationship. That's why I didn't say.
I don't care about relationship. If you can't do something with them in college, in the national championship game, you get benched. I mean, would you want to bring him on as an OC in the NFL?
I don't know. I don't run the organization. I'm just stating what it says.
Jerry Jones needs to stay away from our coaches. Thank you.
No, I think real quick. So when it comes to the aspect of the coaches and stuff like that, they need to. I think.
Do you really think it's money that they're after? Do you think it's culture? What is one thing you think? Like for instance, today the big thing with John. Not to cut you off, Mark. Sorry about that, but the whole thing with John Harbaugh, like they got him into a private jet. They did lunch. They did all this. Do you think it's actually like somebody big with a big name like that? Do you think it's actually money? Do you think it's like best fit for like city and family? What do you guys think the main thing is?
There isn't. There's so many different variables that go into the coaching job. They all have to align exactly the same. There's not one that sticks out more because, I mean, LA is very enticing because of the way that your lifestyle can live, but it could be a team that is not good. You're going to be one and done. I mean, Las Vegas was great for Pete Carroll because it's a great city and great place to be, But at the end of the day, he's one and done. So I think there's a lot of compartments that have to fit the mold. That's why I'm saying that it all has to make sense, right? And when you're talking about a John Harbaugh, I think one of the questions that you have to ask is the Giants the right move for me, being where I was making playoffs every single year? You're going to be fighting in a division against the Cowboys and the Eagles for probably the next 3 to 4 years. The Cowboys and the Eagles to fight for this top spot, right? And is this the best fit for me for my legacy? Because I could be one and done. I can bring in Todd, who was my OC over with the Ravens, and I could fumble the bag and have 2 losing seasons and be out of there. So sometimes it's not just about the money. Sometimes it's about other things that aligns. And culture is one of them. Is it something that is a fit for me? You obviously don't want to go somewhere where, like, let's bring up Mark real quick, the Bill Belichick, right? He doesn't go to certain teams because he doesn't have the power either. So power could be a thing. What kind of influence do I bring to this team? What kind of things, what can I say and not say? Jerry Jones, when you go to the Dallas Cowboys, you have no say. Your job is to freaking be a puppet. That's it.
Hey, real quick, speaking of Jerry Jones, we have Bruce West comments. Bruce, welcome to the show. Appreciate you hopping on. But he said Jerry Jones better get Brian Flores for DC.
That's why I told B-Dub that they need to stay away from our coaches.
Yeah, and also just want to stop by and show support, man. Appreciate you, brother. Really do.
Appreciate you, B-Dub. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to go into it. There's not one that sticks out more than the other. I think it all combines as one, as being a fit, and it's all a risk, to be honest.
I always wondered that. I'm like, what would really be the determining factor? Like, how far do you really go to, like, get a head coach like John? Like, today I was just doing some research and reading. Like, I mean, they really went all out. The Giants organization really went all out to really bring him in.
You have to, right? Those type of high caliber coaches, I mean, when you spend that many seasons with a team, and you have a success rate like Mike Tomlin, they're going to give him the same treatment if he's open. You give Bill Belichick had the same treatment last year with several different teams, and guess what? He said yes to 2 teams. And he ended up in North Carolina. You know what I mean? So until you sign on the dotted line, that's what I'm saying is, like,
Isn't that where, like, his fiance was going to college to cheerlead or something like that?
I don't believe so. She's younger. She's much younger, but I don't think I don't think so. That's funny if that was a joke.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys, she's like, what, 22? He's 90?
No, yeah. I mean, I get it, but I think that's illegal as well. I don't think you can date a cheerleader as a head coach.
They're paying him now. Who knows?
But anyways, to answer that question, I think a lot of it goes into it. I mean, you're gonna fly people in jets. You're gonna give them lunches. You're gonna give them steak dinners. You're gonna, I don't want to go too far into what you would do, but. Yeah. But you'd give them the.
I mean, what about the fact, real quick, when you talk about contracts and stuff like that, Harbaugh signed that extension, so he's making $20 million a season, up until 2028, or through the 28 season. So he's getting paid no matter what. Pete Carroll, same concept. He's making $15 million, plus he was still getting paid from the Seahawks.
They're set up. Yeah, they're set up.
So those guys is like, I can sit there and take the time off. Same thing with Mike Tomlin.
I believe John Gruden's still getting paid from the Raiders.
Antonio Pierce is getting paid from the Raiders. John Gruden's getting paid from the Raiders. Pete Carroll's now getting paid from the Raiders. I mean, I think they're paying like 5 different head coaches this next year.
Yeah. I learn something new every day.
It is absolutely absurd. I'm like, guys, like, let's
give me a head coach job. Let me get fired and be set.
Yeah,
I'll get fired in a day. If I can get paid for the next 4 years, I'd fire me in a day, please.
Yeah. Ooh.
You're like run, pass, punt.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we doing. We were running the ball twice and passing it once, and then we're gonna punt the ball.
Yeah.
What's the
I
play,
just
coach?
yeah, I just always kind of
Um,
wondered that and what the for people that don't understand, the name Harbaugh and like Mike Tomlin and all these like big time people. I mean, they're just big
Oh,
caliber coaches.
so real quick. So it's 8 million. So in 2026, it's 8 million for Antonio Pierce, $10 million each for Josh McDaniels and John Gruden.
I forgot about Josh.
Yep. 30 million for Pete Carroll plus 6 million for Chip Kelly. $50 million
Hire him again.
all in dead cap space for the Raiders next season for coaching.
That's great.
That's wild.
Well, go play some blackjack. They can win that money back.
They need to do something. Hey, maybe they should listen to SLM bets and maybe they can hit some parlays or something to try and do something.
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me talking about Bobby Bonilla and him still getting paid because I know that one.
Yeah, go
But he's not
visit.
playing.
Go visit our SLM bets. Here are some of our Vegas favorites here. We'll talk about it in a little bit on what we think about these games, but here we are with our money lines. It looks like. Anyways, that's what we have for coaching. Going to be an interesting off season. What game stuck out to you guys? I mentioned the Eagles and the 49ers already. What is another game that stuck out to you guys?
The Bears and the Packers. I mean, let's be honest. When you look at the game, aspect up 21-3, going into half, Caleb Williams had probably the best performance of his career that he could possibly have. And it's still, to me, it just wasn't. I watched the Packers beat the Packers. I did not watch the Bears beat the Packers. I saw, we talked about it on Monday, you and I, Mike, just how horrible the officiating has been across the NFL this year. I mean, to the point where we are watching teams lose the playoffs now, because of bad calls. I mean, and legitimate calls. I think one of the things that bothered me with that game was Jordan Love had been called for intentional grounding one time his entire career. He's on year 5. Okay. And he managed to get called for intentional grounding twice in 1 minute and 22 seconds. I'm just like, clock hits 0, and they're already stopping the clock, throwing the flag. I'm like, dude, man, I'm watching. Half the time these guys are going like 4 or 5 seconds past the zeros. I mean, so I just, I know the Eagles and Niners game, there were a couple plays that I felt in that game as well that shouldn't have had penalties, so I mean, obviously all of us as fans of our teams, we're always going to look and depict different things. But it's just across the board in all aspects. The NFL needs to start doing something. I have spent time coaching at lower levels between junior college and high school, between coaching or reffing, umpiring in baseball, everything like that. And we got graded. They would actually go back and they would watch our games and we would get graded. Like, what was your percentage on missed calls? What was your percentage on, like, did you call this one right and it was wrong, or vice versa? And we got docked. Not docked pay, but we actually, what they would do is, like, we would not be allowed to, ref a game in the playoffs because if we had less than a certain percentage, I think the NFL needs to start doing something like that, because it's getting ridiculous to see how bad the refereeing has truly happened across the NFL. I mean, baseball is at least trying to clean it up a little bit with the automation of the strike zone and stuff like that, where you can challenge that now starting next season. But I mean, but it wasn't just the officiating. It was also the fact being that Brandon McManus couldn't hit water if he fell out of a freaking boat. It's like, bro, you have one job only, and that is truly to kick a freaking field goal. And you're watching Cairo Santos play the wind, for Chicago, literally kicking it at the left upright and watching the ball barely hook in at the right on one of the field goals. It's like, you should know. Okay, what do we got? We've got 40-mile-an-hour wind gust right now. I better not barely hook it in on that right side if the wind is blowing to the right.
Yeah.
I mean, so Brandon McManus costing the Packers 7 points was a big thing. Officiating across the board in all the games were horrible. I mean, the one thing that I enjoyed is I know John here at SLM, he actually asked, was it did the Niners look good, or did the Eagles poor play calling make the Niners look better? Man, I'll be honest, man. I said the only thing that I saw that the Niners did right was the double reverse with Juwan Jennings throwing the touchdown pass. And it was the same exact play that they ran in the Super Bowl. Other than that, I think it was the poor play calling. I do not think the Niners beat the Eagles. I think the Eagles beat the Eagles in that aspect. Just like I thought the Packers beat the Packers.
There was a holding call on that one, too.
Yep.
That was blown up. There was a holding call on that one and the McCaffrey touchdown.
And I agree with you too on the kickers, because I know that for our game, like Jake Elliott, like really, like I literally sat there and was like, this is your whole job. Like you're supposed to know dynamics, you're supposed to know, arrow, whatever it's called. Like you're supposed to know all that, and you're supposed to know exactly like for every type of weather. Like you get paid millions just to kick. Like it's one, like it's not even like really calls or like plays. It's just like kicking the ball through the. And so I agree with you, Mark. I feel like that too for us was kind of like it was a little bit irritating for me too, because I was like, hey, like these are important kicks. Like it's gonna come back and bite us. Like we need that 1 point, or we need those 3 points. Like, so yeah, I definitely agree with you on the kicker view.
Yeah, I 100% agree with both of y'all. I think and DP in the chat, refs have been trash all year. What the number one thing though is for me is that score touchdowns though. There's opportunities. You got to bounce back from some of those calls and not allow that to be the dictating factor of you losing a football game. Same thing in any other sport. You got to allow some of those calls not to be not being the factor of you losing football games. When you go back, I can just remember the games against the Patriots. The way that you beat the Patriots is scoring the football, because you know that maybe the refs are going to be against you. When you're playing against Patrick Mahomes, how do we beat them? You blow them out. That's why Jalen Hurts said, "Are we finished? Are we done?" And then you seen Nick Sirianni say, "Nah, we're good. We're good now. We're good." Because you just don't know what's going to happen. Although that needs to be cleaned up, I 100% agree. But I also agree on the fact that you need to score the damn football as well. And we weren't scoring the football. And we had open opportunities for A.J. Brown to catch that football. We had open opportunities for him to seal the game, and we win the game multiple times. And he just didn't step up and do exactly what he was called to do. And it's just to catch the football, Mr. Always Open, right? And so it is what it is. We're moving on, though. Was there a game that stuck out to you, Sarai?
I was just going to talk about the Patriots and the Chargers real quick, because
go ahead.
Going back to what you were talking about, scoring field goals, I think that's super important. I don't think you're going to be able to go to the Super Bowl and win on field goals alone. Surprisingly, Drake May, everybody kind of said, hey, like Drake May's going to get to the big, start getting into the playoffs and the big lights and like going to be a deer in the headlights. And the Patriots ended up winning. I think the biggest thing, though, for that is how they kind of controlled everything with their defense. So, the Chargers really didn't have much to run. So, yeah, that was kind of just my take. I was just going to say that I feel like a lot of these games this weekend were like all field goal related. Like it was kind of hard to watch on some things. What
Yeah,
for most of
piggyback
those?
that. I absolutely agree. When the lights get bright, how is Drake May going to perform? Right, that's like the biggest thing. And he only scored one touchdown in garbage time, and it kind of like is a testament into some of these other guys like Bo Nix is going to play this week. We've seen what happened to Trevor Lawrence when he's playing against Josh Allen. So it's kind of like we're going to see what Caleb does this week when he plays against the Rams and Matthew Stafford, who's a veteran, right? Sam Darnold, who is, one of those guys, the lights get bright. He's like a deer in the headlights. So you're right. I mean, a lot of these guys that are 1 year, 2 year players going on 3 years, some of them, you're going to get to see how they play against stacked defenses. How is Drake May going to perform against, the Texans defense, who has been on fire as of late and has caught flame? That's going to be an interesting damn game. And we'll jump right into that. Outside of the fact that the Bills, they did exactly what they needed to do with the Jaguars and they won that game, and the Panthers should have won that game, right? Panthers had it all in their hands. They slipped away and they lost that. And yeah, DP, that trick play did bury us.
It was the dagger.
It was the dagger. Carrying on to next week though. Before we do, we'd like to show love to our sponsors.
This segment is brought to you by Number One Sports Fan. Welcome to the lounge.
What the? Jesus Christ.
Pivot.
Going into the divisional round, we have we got the Bills on Saturday going to Denver, and we have the 49ers going to the Seahawks. Let's talk a little bit about these two games real quick. We'll run through them. Who do you guys got and why?
I got the Bills.
So pick these games and give us the reason why.
The Bills. I don't need to give a reason. Bills.
I think Josh Allen is just going to continue playing hero ball. I mean, he sees the path. I think he's got to do what he's got to do to climb the mountain to get to the mountaintop.
I think for the Bills on that one, you and I, we've talked about it, and just seeing, are we going to see a functional Bo Nix and Sean Payton, for the Broncos, and I think that's going to affect things. But the way James Cook has been playing, Josh Allen, one of the big key factors for me, they're going to have to rely heavy on James Cook in this game because the Bills actually lost 2 wide receivers to torn ACLs for the season. So they're going to be hurting in that area drastically. So for me, they lost Shavers, and plus they lost Gabe Davis. So I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen when it comes to that aspect. We do know they have Dalton Kincaid. He is questionable. So they're going to be relying a lot on their defense. But the big thing for the Broncos on that side of the ball is they're without J.K. Dobbins this week because he cannot return until the 25th at the soonest. They've also lost a couple key defensive players. Drake Greenlaw is supposed to be back this week. He is progressing. He's listed as questionable with his hamstring. So I think though between the injury bug in Denver and Buffalo, I do think Buffalo's going to have the advantage because of the experience compared to Bo Nix.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. Even though the Broncos' rush defense is ranked number 2 in all of the NFL, I do think that James Cook brings an element. He doesn't have to rush over 100 yards in this game. That just gives him an element of they have to respect the run. That gives Josh Allen, the ability either to use his legs, extend plays, or throw down the field. I don't think it's so much of a. I think it is a loss with Gabe Davis and what was the other guy's name?
Shavers.
Shavers, yeah. They still got Brandon Cooks that played really well last week, and you know he finds the abilities to find players, and like Sarai said, he plays hero ball every single week. I don't think so much that I don't think Bo Nix can put up points like Allen can put up points. Prove me wrong. He can prove me wrong this week. Bo Nix can definitely prove me wrong. They haven't been on the same page, Sean Payne and Bo Nix all season. They've been again another team that is a second half team come back in the fourth quarter. Now, can you carry that into the fourth quarter when it matters the most? And we will see. We'll see this week. You know, does another one? Do you get rusty because you took a week off? And does it help you to prepare now that you know you're going against the Bills to put a game plan together against the Bills? And last but not least, I would say that the Bills, Sean McDermott has to give everything that he has in this season because of the fact that he doesn't have to play against Lamar, Joey B, and Patrick Mahomes this season, right? And this gives him a pathway, and he is still on the hot seat. So him being on a hot seat after all these seasons, you need to go out there and prove it. Walking into the Niners versus the Seahawks game, which is the night game, 5 p.m. PST. Who do you guys got winning this game, and why? I'll start. So I got I got the Seahawks winning because of the defense, not because of the offense. This game can slip away from them if the lights get too bright for Sammy Darnold. We have known, as history has told us, that Sammy D don't play good in the lights. We seen it last year when he was going for that 15-2 and lost to the Lions, ended up 14-3. Then he played in the first round and lost that game in the first round. We seen what he looked like even prior to that when the lights get bright and him underperforming. Now, does this happen to him again where he throws a pick and it's a critical pick six, or it puts him in range where they're able to score the football in a short field? We don't know exactly. This is like a 50-50 game, and it shouldn't be. But because of the Seahawks defense and the fact that 49ers are dissipated and do not have George Kittle and have to game plan around that as well, the injuries have plagued them this season. I think it catches up to them this week, and I have the Seahawks winning for that reason and that reason alone.
Sarai?
I will say this. I will say now with Kittle having that injury, I've always said that the Niners,
from having that injury, do you think it's the power plant now? Are we all thinking it's the power plant that is causing all these injuries? They're the most injured team in the NFL since they've been in Santa Clara. Are we saying that now? Is it the power plant?
I don't think it's the power plant. But yeah, so with Kittle being out, Fred Warner just had mentioned that wouldn't be coming back until if they win this game, he would be back to play the next game. I feel like the Seahawks, just like you mentioned, the defense, the only way the Niners really can pull that off is because of their plug and play system. But I don't think, especially I think the way they played against Philly in our defense, I think they really struggled because they only had Robinson to throw. So I honestly think that probably the Seahawks would take this one because of their struggle with the defense.
Yeah, picked on our freaking CB too. Anyways,
I got the Niners.
okay, cool. I mean, it's a 50-50.
Where's John at?
I got the Niners.
I don't hate it. I mean, it could happen, like I said.
Yeah, I feel like any team.
I think the reason why I'm taking the Niners is, for me, I'll keep my conspiracy theory out of it. But no, I think Sam Darnold is going to show who Sam Darnold is in the lights. I think
there's also a chance for him to show who everybody portrayed him to be that he's not. He can actually win a football game.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing because I can't recall. Is he signed long term with Seattle?
Who, Sammy D?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's a 3-year.
It's a 3-year.
Is what he had
I
that
thought
he
it-
signed this year. So, I mean,
Their offense, bro.
you're. I don't have any confidence in Sam Darnold.
As you should. I mean, in America would agree with you on that. I mean, a lot of us. What we have seen, nothing has told us that he can win a big game. This is a chance for him to prove us wrong.
Yeah, and so no, so I'm going to stick with the Niners. I think the Niners are going to take that win. Is what's going to happen. Brock Purdy's going to figure out what he needs to do to win, and you're going to see C-Mac go off, and you're going to start seeing a lot more big plays from. I think you're going to see a lot of trickery with San Francisco. They're not going to rely on their standard offense. Why? Because they got nobody there. I mean, I still haven't figured out why Brandon Ayuk isn't back yet.
Because he hates the Niners.
I mean, I hate the Niners too, but still, I mean, what's his excuse?
He don't have one. He ran out of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's where
they got to get rid of him.
I mean,
they don't even need him.
Right now, they need somebody.
I'm saying futuristically. You think about it, when everybody comes back, they don't really need him.
Yeah, no. I mean, basically they have announced like, hey,
they can go get Xavier. They can go get Xavier Worthy and be fine.
I think the Niners, realistically, I think they have a chance, but they need some help. In the wide receiver room, Xavier Worthy is not the answer. They need.
I'm not saying that I don't see he's a W1. I think he's just an option, because in Callahan's system, there's not really there's nobody in that system that's really you game plan around all of these guys. I think they don't game plan.
No.
We need all these targets to go to this guy. That's the Xavier Worthy is going to open up the field because of his speed, which opens up Kittle, opens up C-Mac in the flats. It opens up. It kind of what Debo did for them, right? But a way better, faster, not so big, eating Krispy Kreme donut type of guy, I'm
gonna say Ayuk. I mean, I saw a video of him recently. That brother.
He was he was going viral on X because of the weight gain.
I'm like, that brother looks like he gained all the weight I lost. So they definitely made the wrong choice between Ayuk and Debo.
Nah, I mean Debo's just as big.
Yeah, well, at least Debo played this year.
Yeah. He didn't stay healthy either, though. He still was injured. That man has not had a healthy season. Debo has not had a healthy season since his rookie season. And even in that rookie season, he played 16 games. That's the most games he's ever played in his career. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I just, like I said, I mean.
That's freaking crazy, bro. The most games you ever played in your whole entire season was 16 in a season. Crazy. Anyways, moving on to Sunday games. We got the Texans visiting the Patriots. Sarai talked about it a little bit. Drake May in the lights, the young guy. Who do you guys got in this game? I got the Texans.
Houston. I'm taking D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah. So I got the Texans. Obviously, they've been on fire defensively, which has opened up. The running back has surprised me, guys. Marks. That running back is no joke. He does not give a damn when he runs the ball. That's like Sarai's other favorite guy, Tank.
Busy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as she pays attention to the stream. I mean, So why you guys got Texans?
The defense.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too. You think it's gonna be too much for May? Because he had a cupcake season. Yeah, cupcake schedule. Haven't played a defense like that before.
The speed of that defense is ridiculous. To watch what
Will Anderson
has done, leading that defense. The secondary itself is stacked, and plus the mindset of D'Amico Ryans. You're talking about a head coach who has played in the Super Bowl, has been all defensive player of the all defensive player. I mean, he has that mindset. CJ Stroud had the worst game of his career this last week, and they still got to win.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it doesn't duplicate. I don't think it duplicates.
No, I think CJ. I don't think CJ puts the ball on the ground 4 times again. Brother's going to show
for
up.
Sure, that's not going to happen in this game.
I mean, that brother's probably showing up out there with some stickum or something like that. Just to make sure that ball don't go in here, because that was crazy to see 4 fumbles. So yeah, no, I'm sticking with Houston.
Cool. You have a reason, Sarai? You're picking Houston over the Pats? Because
usually
going Kendall's way. So to hear you say Houston,
I've been saying that I think Patriots were I for sure had them winning this last time, but I think they were just gonna go into the playoffs with 1 win. I do agree that the Texans do have such a dynamic defense, and I think I don't know. Usually, I guess this season I've been a lot of underdogs, and so I mean it's the Texans, so it's their first run at trying to get the Super Bowl win. So I just want to go with the Texans because of the defense. I agree with y'all.
Oh, awesome! All right, last game. It's Sarai's favorite game of the week. It's her favorite game that she's going to be watching very, very closely. She loves one of these teams like a lot. Like I want to say a lot more than
the Cowboys playing. I thought the Cowboys got knocked out.
No, not the Cowboys. Somebody better. So on Sunday afternoon on Peacock, we got the Rams, her favorite team, versus the Bears. Who do you guys got? Who do you guys winning? I think I know where Mark is going to go with it, but
he's going to say the Rams.
Oh yeah, we know, but I mean, we got to let him say it.
To say what?
Who are you going for?
Can there be a freaking tie and they both lose?
No, Mark.
I'm like
the interesting thing that I want to see with the Rams is Matthew Stafford did get hurt several times this last week. That's another thing I was going to bring up. I didn't want to talk about them again.
Stays hurt. Matthew Stafford.
He went into the blue tent 2 times. They say he might be a little banged up, so I'll be interested to see what his MVP is going to look like come this game. But Sarai says bear down.
I'll take the Lambs.
For sure. We knew you were. Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting game for me. Inclement weather has been a problem for Stafford. Sorry. For Matthew Stafford. It has. Now, you did bring up a point, his index finger. Index finger on his right hand is ruptured. It's messed up. Now, it is 70 something degrees in LA, and he's going to go to Chicago, where it's probably going to be very, very cold and snowy, or cold
6 to 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, I mean, how I would like to see how he performs. That's so an interesting game to me, because even though Caleb Williams threw for 300 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and only got sacked once, they were able to still capitalize and win that game against the Packers, which I didn't think was ever going to happen, and he did that. They are playing at home again, playing against a Rams team that essentially.
B-dub, yes, it's supposed to snow 6 to 8 inches. It's supposed to be in the mid-teens when it comes to.
What will be interesting is if the Bears are behind going into the second quarter, they're winning because they are a second half team. That's what their whole season has been about.
No,
so.
Rams too, though. Rams been a second half team as
Stop
well.
sticking with that theory that they come back on a yeah.
Well, here's the deal though. What we do know is that Matthew Stafford does struggle in inclement weather. We do know that for a fact. Okay. Now, does he perform in the snow? Can he get it done? And on the opposite side, yeah, can the Bears scheme up enough against them to keeping it close? And if they can keep it close, get that win underneath their belt. I will say that the Rams should win this game, right? That's what I would say. I say that they have enough on offensively and defensively to really beat the brakes off of the Bears. But something is telling me that this game is going to be a lot closer than what we think, and it's just going to come down to a couple of plays.
Nah, I think Caleb Williams is going to show everyone who Caleb Williams really is, and he's going to freaking find a way to choke.
We knew you wanted to add that.
Just being real.
Hold on 1 second. Continue talking though. You're talking about Caleb Williams, how he sucks, and all the rest. Go ahead.
I don't have to say that. I mean, he's mediocre. No, you're going to see the Rams defense. You're going to see Byron Young. The one thing Caleb Williams has managed to improve on this year, and it's literally been the one thing, is not getting sacked 70 plus times in a season. But he also has the lowest completion rate in the NFL for a starter at 58%. He actually had a completion rate in that Packers game lower than 50%. Again, Caleb Williams did not help the Bears lead them to a victory. The Packers beat the Packers. But again, with that being said, he was exactly 50%. I just think the defense is going to be better aspect when it comes to putting the pressure on Chicago than the other way around.
So I know on this, I don't know how this game is going to go. I don't know if they're winning or going to lose. So I'll just say it on this channel. I know you talked a lot this season for the last 18, 19 weeks throughout it on, throwing shots at him painting his fingernails, right? And the reason he does it is to, number one, honor his mother, express himself, and promote men's mental health awareness. Big shout out on the messages on mental health awareness. I think that's really, really huge. I don't know about painting the nails, but it catches, the reason why he does it catches everybody's attention, or individuals that do look at it and be like, this dude paints his nails. It catches that awareness that you normally can't get, kind of like holding up a sign and protesting. It's just a way of him being expressive with that. Shout out to him for promoting mental health, things like that, and honoring his mom and all that. Although it seems weird, it doesn't seem manly, and all of that. The fact that that's what the message is, I gotta respect it, man.
Yeah, no. I don't care. You I'll just stay out of that one. When it comes to it, his job is to do one thing. We've talked about, has he improved compared to last year drastically? Again, the only place that he's improved on was the fact is he wasn't sacked 70 plus times. His completion percentage was lower. I mean, I don't consider it an improvement very much when he had only had 223 yards more than last year. He had less touchdowns. That's just where I'm just like, no, he to say, oh, he's improved. You had a completion rate of 58%. Your job is to do one thing: hit your freaking wide receiver. We talked about, well, they improved their offensive line. Would you agree with that? Did Chicago improve their offensive line?
They addressed it, yes.
They addressed it. Okay. So
They didn't
therefore,
complete it. They still need two tackles, but they did the guard and
they have an all-pro tackle in Darnell Wright.
yeah. Then they got two guards in the center.
Yeah, you got Darnell Wright, who literally he only allowed 1 sack this year. They added Joe Tooney. You know, they added actually 3 offensive linemen this offseason.
Correct.
Okay, plus you already had one. So basically, the only spot that they're subpar on their O line was at the right tackle position, which
Yep.
you know, which of course that should be easy for Caleb to spot because he's a right-handed quarterback. It's not his blind side. But your job is to hit the dang receivers. Okay. Sacks went down drastically. You saw an improvement on the line. You saw DeAndre Swift. I think he was close to 1,000, or he had 1,000 yards. But again, 58% completion rate. I mean, how would you feel if Jalen Hurts had a completion rate of 58%? Would you believe in him?
Is he winning football games?
Is Cairo Santos winning football games?
No,
because
you're asking question with a question. I'm trying to answer your question. I mean, if he's, I'll answer the question. I'll answer the damn question. The question is Jalen Hurts, if he had a QBR of 0.00, I mean, it wouldn't matter to me. What matters to me is if he can make clutch throws and win football games. If he's doing that, I'm okay with it, because a lot of people were talking shit or talking stuff. Sorry, guys. A lot of people were talking stuff about Jalen Hurts when he's only throwing for 118 to 220 yards. They want him to throw for 600, but he was winning football games, and he wasn't a top 5 quarterback because he was a great manager. But guess who else was a great manager? Mr. Tom Brady. Tom Brady was one of the best game managers, and he did it to perfection and won several Super Bowls. So when it comes down to it, he won 7. Okay, so I mean, at the end of the day, the job of the quarterback is to run the system, and not only run the system, is to win football games. If you're doing, more than that, great. Doing less than that, well, it's a problem. You know what I mean? You got to win football games. And what I've seen, who cares about the regular season does not matter in the postseason anymore. It doesn't. What matters is what he does now. And what he did is he did enough. He made clutch throws, and like John said right here, was pretty much, but his wideout had issues with looking up the field before containing the catch. There are a lot of those catches were in their breadbasket. They didn't catch them. And he did make some really great throws, and he put him in position, and he scored touchdowns, and he did everything he was supposed to do to win that football game. So I got to give credit where credit is due. They came back on the Packers when they shouldn't, and he was the primary reason why. The defense didn't score. They didn't kick field goals like you talked about all season. They won that with touchdowns. He won football game.
He had 2 touchdowns. They had 31 points. How did they get the other 17?
Well, let's look at it.
2 rushing touchdowns and a field goal.
Right, which those rushing touchdowns he put them in that position to rush the football and get him there.
See, right? That's the difference. That's where everyone always like, oh, put him in the position. No, like I said,
you have to throw the football.
100%,
and get your team in a position to score. You can't run the damn ball the whole entire time, get you all the way down there, and score it. Like this. What world are we living in where we don't think that the quarterback is not going to get you in position to where you hand off the ball and you score the football?
Again.
I mean, like damn Jalen Hurts, he gets him in position and he touch pushes. Come on, man. Like,
again, I don't see what you see. I see somebody who has struggled. He manages to have a good game throwing. He had 8 completions to Colston Loveland for 137.
threw him that?
Okay.
Like, bro,
I don't care about throwing to one damn player. It doesn't make him a better quarterback.
nobody's talking about better quarterbacks, Mark.
Everyone has talked about it. Did he get the win? Yes, he got the win. The Bears got the win. Okay, 100%. But they're going to go against a team this week, and you're going to see the Rams defense with Byron Young and the rest of those guys. Javon Kersey, he's like, okay, he didn't play against a Micah Parsons. Y'all got to remember, they were without 5 starting defensive players. It's going to be a different story when it comes to playing the Rams this week.
Absolutely, and we know
So
that.
it's going to show. We're going to sit there and see the Caleb Williams, who the Caleb Williams is.
Okay.
If they get the win and he proves me wrong, man, kudos, good job.
Any given Sunday, it's any team.
Dog
really, to be
shines,
honest.
you know, freaking sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. Simple as that.
All I'm saying, at the end of the day, he progressed. He got better. He won a damn football game. And, I mean, like you said, 8 catches, 137 yards to Loveland. DJ Moore had 6 receptions for 64 yards. And Dunze had 2 receptions, 44 yards. 3 receptions for 42 yards for Burton. 2 receptions for 38 yards for Swift. 1 reception for Kyle, 22. I mean, who's throwing them the damn ball? Like, I just, and then the 2 rushes. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't see quarterback position the way that I should. I need to do some more homework. But I feel like I'm not saying he's an elite quarterback, top 10 quarterback, any of that. I'm saying he progressed, he got better. He won a game. Next week we'll see who he comes out to be, and the Rams should win that game. But there's a chance that they might win. There's a chance. Inclement weather has haunted the Rams for years.
So will we give him? So in the chat, they're asking what's going to happen when the Bears beat the Rams. So do we give them the flowers? Do we give Caleb his flowers when they beat the Rams?
What if they win? Kudos. He wins the game. It doesn't make him, like I said, everyone talks about he's progressed. Yeah, every person progresses. If you're not growing, you're dying. But for what they try to give him credit for, like he's a freaking superstar across every other media page, every other media outlet, they're trying to portray that Caleb Williams is such a great quarterback because, hey, look, guys, they win 11-6 this year. No, watch their damn games.
Maybe he
Watch
just
how many
wins.
games.
What if he just is the type to win? Maybe he's another Jalen Hurts, just wins.
No, if he just wins, then he would have won last year.
Dang, that's a tall task.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he
You can
should have won
sit there
last year.
and
No, Smith should have won this year with that kind of old line.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
like I said,
Right.
it doesn't. You don't give a guy just like everyone says. Oh, he had a great single season. Good job, guys. You sucked every other year. Do you pay him on that one great season? No, you don't.
I give him kudos. I sure don't downplay the fact that he didn't have a great season.
That's the problem. People don't look at consistency anymore. They think, hey, we're going to go ahead and have one great year or even one decent year. And
So has Patrick Mahomes digressed?
Patrick Mahomes has stayed injured. That's his biggest problem. Patrick Mahomes also has not had.
But
wide
before his
receivers.
injuries, they weren't winning as much. So did he digress?
Did he digress? Or did he not have people to throw to? I mean, look at the team that the freaking Bears have on offense. You have no reason why you shouldn't have been winning games the entire time. That's what people have to stop looking at. They're having like, oh, he did good this year. Jalen Williams.
And he's not in the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts. Okay, let's use the Eagles.
Look at our offense. We lost to the Niners.
Okay,
Look at our team. We got one of the best running backs, 2 of the best. Both had 1,000-yard seasons. We lost. They won.
Yeah. I
Maybe
But
he's
still.
digressed too.
So does that mean that he's digressed?
Taylor's digressed. You know what I mean? Maybe.
I mean, that's what people.
It's a bad season, so he just
Yeah. I
digressed.
mean,
People want to sit there.
Put him
People
put him
wanna
below
sit there-
10, top 10. Put him at the bottom.
No, that's the biggest thing. People want to constantly like, oh, he had a good year.
did he have a good year?
Has he? No. I'm sorry. If you're a quarterback and you're throwing 58 freaking % on a completion, no, that's not a good damn year.
Okay. There it is, y'all. There it is. He didn't have a good year.
That's not a good year.
Hey, it was enough to get him to where he's at.
Are you gonna? Okay. All right. Are you gonna sit there and be okay with having barely, not even 60%?
Are you winning football games?
If we're in the playoffs,
No. That's the question.
Yeah, yes. If we're winning football games, I'm cool.
So when it comes down to it, when you watch other people's go, what happens when contract comes up? Are you going to pay them at 60%?
I don't give a damn about no stat other than winning the W. I'm sorry. I don't dive into it that deep.
But no, that's the thing. You got to look at it now. Are you going to sit there, if you're an owner and you got a guy who puts up, he's constantly 58, 60% completion rate.
But it's not constantly, Mark. This is his second season.
And that's constant.
He hasn't even finished his rookie.
Still constant.
The
definition of constant is something that's continual.
Look at where he's at, though.
In Chicago.
painted fingers.
In Chicago, with a team that is stacked.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He digressed.
When it
We'll
comes to
stick with that
contracts,
answer.
Well, we'll go where he digressed.
And move on.
I'm not saying he digressed, but I'm not saying he hasn't progressed.
So what's in the middle of progress and degress? Like what's the
He's
middle?
going to be stuck there. This is the guy that's not. He's at his. I really do believe he's pretty much close to his ceiling.
So you're telling me that no other team would want him as a quarterback if they had an opening right now?
I think if they were stupid.
That's not the answer. He asked us for an answer, but I mean, he's cool.
No.
Moving along. Let's move on.
No, hold on. Let's be real. If you have him, if you need a quarterback, and let's say you don't have the squad around that he has in Chicago, are you going to select Caleb Williams as your quarterback?
If he's the best quarterback available. If you have Sam Howell out there and other quarterbacks, and
we all know there ain't going to be like just a Sam Howell or something like that. I'm talking about you're going to have rookies coming out. You're going to sit there and have all these guys, but you're going to sit there and look at this, and you're going to be like, okay, what do we have? Am I going to choose Caleb Williams
or Shedeur Sanders? I'm choosing Caleb right now.
I'd still take Shedeur.
And I'm letting Shedeur get his time.
Do you think Shedeur Sanders can be successful in the Chicago Bears offense that they have?
Yeah, because he provide time and he would succeed.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the same question. If you put Caleb Williams on the 49ers, he'll be even more successful.
Yeah. Not with the injuries.
Moving along.
I mean,
we can agree to disagree.
Yes, perfectly said.
It's always going to be like that because I give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I'm not here to. I'm here to look at it as a whole.
Give credit where credit is due. Okay, then let's give credit where credit is due. Who won the games for the Bears? How many games have been won because of the freaking field goal kickers?
It's a team game. It's a team game.
No. This is the thing that irritates me about things. How many of the games have the Bears won because of the field goal kickers? But yet no one wants to give Cairo Santos the credit where credit is due.
Kickers are part of the team.
So they ran the ball all the way until they can kick the field goal?
We are all we need.
Again, that's the argument that everyone wants to make. Well, they ran the ball. Yeah, if there's only 2 quarterbacks left, yeah, I'm agreeing. Yeah, I'm running the Wildcat. Straight up. I'm going the Wildcat all the way.
It's crazy, but it's cool. It's your opinion. You're obligated to your own opinion. For me, in mines, I'm always going to give credit where credit is due. He went, he succeeded, and they're off to play one more week. They're going to be playing against a tough Rams team in inclement weathers. He does win that game. We're going to be back on the show and probably have the same conversation, but it is what it is. We're going to get to the next.
Yeah, so introducing Pinball. So Pinball has been with our rescue now going on 10 months. He's a 3-year-old. I believe it has some pit in him. He's fully vetted. He's potty and crate trained. Like I mentioned, he's been in the rescue for 10 months and is so loving and deserving of a good home. He is found in the adoption section of Hearts and Howls Rescue on their website, which is heartsandhowlsrescue.org. If you're interested in adopting, you can definitely fill out an application. There is a process to adopt some of our pets of the week. Now, Hearts and Howls is a 501 nonprofit organization based out here in Texas. It's an organization of a labor of love, fully powered by the passion and dedication of volunteers. If you're also interested in donating, you can also do that. It is tax deductible. You can always visit their website again, or you can scan that QR code and it'll take you directly to their website.
Awesome. And you can always visit us at www.sportsloungemedia.com. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for jumping in and communicating with us. It was a great chat tonight, by the way. A lot of great takes from each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. Man, it's been a fun season, and it's just not over yet. We still got a couple weeks left to enjoy football. And next time we see you guys, it's going to be an NFC, AFC championship games that we're going to be talking about. So I'm excited to talk about that. Next Wednesday, you can follow us there. And we will see you guys soon. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, y'all.
This segment is brought to you by Brian Martino Construction. Welcome to the line.